from what I can recall.
It's probably a Nephilim skull.
Right, a Nephilim skull, right. So.
Yeah, I do want to mention here, as far as when it comes to like creationism, I'm an old Earth creationist. I don't believe the young Earth creationist views. I think they have that completely off.
Well, now you know what?
Can you describe the geometry of the Earth?
Oh my God.
Oh, are we gonna go into flat Earth?
No, Adam's just being a dick. Stop it.
Hey, I have a Flat Earth Society T-shirt now.
You found it in the dumpster.
It was next to the dumpster.
Oh, well, they were close to where it belonged. Anyways, I've been waiting for 2 weeks to say that joke.
All right, that was pretty good.
That was good. No, I've heard many. No, I know a lot of. I have a lot of evangelical Christians in my family, so I know a lot of young Earth creationists, and I know their theories, and I laugh at them because I have cousins that actually believe that dinosaur bones were put into the Earth to make me test my faith in Jesus. Okay, so what is an old Earth creationist?
Well, we believe the Earth was created by God and everything, but there's a gap between Genesis 1:1 and 1:2. So I follow the gap theory with that. I believe the Earth is millions of years old. I don't believe I believe modern man is only 6,000 years old, but like the Earth in and of itself is.
I mean, like modern Homo sapiens, like.
Yeah, modern humans, 6,000 years old, but
not the 40,000 from the Neanderthal or any of that, or
I don't buy that.
What's your deal? Okay,
I believe those are probably hominids that were created by fallen angels, which doesn't surprise me. And then God's like, "Well, I'm going to one up you and do better. Here's modern humans."
Huh? Can you elaborate on that a little bit? Because this is the first I've ever heard of this, and this is really intriguing. No, seriously, I've never in all my years have never heard the old Earth creation theories.
No, it's just the conclusion I've come to, especially just when studying just with studying the scripture in general, because there's just passages in Isaiah and even Job. It talks about, and maybe even Jeremiah. They talk about how there's like no one on the earth. Like the earth was desolate.
Right. No, there's a lot of passages in the earth. Isn't there a passage in the earth where they talk about the sun rose in the west and the set in the east?
I'd have to look for it if there is one.
Well, there's a whole theory of how the earth at one point flipped poles because of some I want to say one of the Nibiru theories where Nibiru came too close and it caused the magnetic poles to shift to where the earth was rotating in the other direction.
If it was in the basically before modern man, anything is possible. Because there's so much about that period prior to even the antediluvian period that we don't know about.
Right. Weren't you saying earlier that Job, the book of Job, has a lot of weird stuff that may or may not even be like chronologically correct?
Well, no, it's just God will... Yeah, there's certain things in it where God will takes Job and shows him things. And it's not... He takes him literally takes him out of space-time to show him things. Yeah.
No, I mean, I love all this stuff. Like, and then we have the Book of Enoch, which isn't even in the Bible, but is very important to the Old Testament.
Should be in the Bible, but it's not. It's still in the... Well, it's funny. It's in the Ethiopic canon. It's not in like any of the.
What's
Catholic
the Ethiopic canon?
So,
with the Ethiopic church in Ethiopia. Yeah, it's always been in their canon. It's always been in their canon.
Don't they also worship one of their rulers as God or Yah, or is that like one country over?
No, they don't do that, but they do revere Menelik, who they believe is the son of the Queen of Sheba and King Solomon.
So while we're on the subject of the scripture, since just to give just a little bit more background on the Nephilim, do you know off the top of your head like the sort of the entry level verses, like where are they introduced in the Bible? Like
Genesis 6:1-4.
Okay, and I mean, do they get described as the sons of angels, or because I know they talk about like giants, and I think what was it, a Goliath?
Oh, no, here
supposed to be a Nephilim.
Here,
is that right?
Adam, I actually have it. Here we go. So, Genesis 6, 1 through 7. When men began to increase in number from the earth when men began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of men were beautiful, and they married, and of them they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit will not contend with man forever, for he is mortal. His days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward, when the sons of God went to the daughters of men and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. The Lord saw how great man's wickedness on the earth had become, and at every inclination of the thoughts in his heart were only evil all the time. The Lord was grieved that he had made man on the earth, and his heart was filled with pain. So the Lord said, I will wipe mankind whom I have created from the face of the earth, men and animals, and creatures that move along the ground, and birds of the air, for I am grieved that I have made them. So the sons of God came down and saw that the daughters of men were beautiful and had children with them.
So the Nephilim were so degenerate that God just pressed the reset button.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Oh God, what did I do here?
It gets worse. I mean, if you read the Book of Giants,
Hang on, Ezra, hang on.
Doesn't it start off with the Nephilim originally being great heroes?
I just said that, yes, they were the heroes of old, men of renown.
yeah, they were basically like your demigods, like your Hercules,
But they quickly became corrupted by the sin of man.
Well, they already, I mean, but the thing is with those is just, I mean, you get into what was going on there. I mean, they were, if you read the book of fragments of the Book of Giants, and even from the Book of Enoch, I mean, it describes what they were doing. I mean, it got so corrupt to where they were, quote, sinning with the plants, genetically modifying stuff, raping animals, you name it.
Good grief.
Wow, so basically, like modern day the West, yeah.
Yep.
Any cannibalism?
Just on steroids, just far worse, yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Cannibalism, yeah.
So basically anything
Yeah, I
you
remember
can find
Bulbasaur
on
was talking
Pornhub
about this
times 10.
Bulbasaur was talking about this on the recent show, which, you know, that cannibalism is the ultimate end stage of degeneracy. I think he's right. That's such a insightful thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and these giants were at least up to like 30 feet tall or more.
Well, yeah, that was the skeletons that they had, that the DuPonts had in their museum, were anywhere from 12 to 25 feet tall.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
they had hundreds of them. It wasn't just a couple; they had hundreds of them.
Yeah, in the Old Testament, I think it's in the Book of Joshua. They talk about Og of Bashan, and his bed being around like 15 feet long, and so he was anywhere between like 10 to 12 feet tall.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. And the thing is
that feel when every human alive is a manlet.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Ian Weber, BTFO. Anyways.
Yeah.
So they also named were there other tribes that were related to the Nephilim, or hybrids of the Nephilim or something, like the Rephaim
the
or the
Canaanites intermarried
Zuzims,
with them, because the Canaanites intermarried with them.
But weren't the Rephaim also giants though?
Yeah, they're a type of giants. There's different tribes of giants. You have like the Zamzuz. I can't even name them all.
Yeah, the Zamzuza, I believe is what you said they were.
Zamzuzims.
Zamzumimim.
Yeah.
The Zamzumimim. That's the one. Yeah.
Was Paul Bunyan a Nephilim?
Probably.
I know he had a big axe. Anyways.
Yeah.
And my axe.
It was Og.
Sorry.
Wasn't it Og had the Og? It was Og, the king of the Rephaim. It was he lived in Golden Heights, and he had a bed that was 9 cubits long, and depending on whose arm you're using to measure, that bed was 13.5 to about 16 feet long. That's a big ass bed.
Wow.
Og.
Yeah,
and
nice.
Og, actually, now if you think about it, Og, nobody really knows this, but if you take the term ogre and you take the etymology back, there is none really. So I'm pretty sure that Og is probably the source of the word ogre in the English language.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me.